Beloved soul, please listen closely, because this moment was not placed in your life by accident. Something within you brought you here. Something quiet but persistent, something that refuses to disappear, even when you try to bury it beneath logic, exhaustion, or fear. I know the thoughts that pass through your mind when the world grows quiet. I have watched the way you tried to convince yourself that perhaps this is simply the life you must accept. You told your heart to stop reaching, to stop dreaming, to stop expecting something beautiful to arrive. Yet, every time you attempt to close that door, a gentle knock echoes again inside your chest. That longing you feel is not weakness. It is not foolishness. It is a signal. It is a light still burning. There have been nights when you sat with the heaviness of your own thoughts, trying to make peace with the reality that feels smaller than the life you sense you were meant to live. You tried to be mature about it. You tried to tell yourself that maybe certain doors are simply not meant to open for you. Maybe the love, the freedom, the success, the peace you imagine belong to someone else. But even when you speak those words, something deep inside you whispers back, softly but firmly, telling you the story is not finished. I hear that whisper. I placed it there. You see, your heart was never designed to permanently settle for a life that suffocates it. The ache you carry is not a punishment. It is the echo of possibility. It is the memory of the life that is still searching for you as much as you are searching for it. Many times you tried to silence that desire because you feared what might happen if hope rises again. Hope feels dangerous when disappointment has visited too often. It feels safer to expect nothing, safer to lower your gaze and say, "This is enough." But every time you attempt to extinguish that inner flame, it glows again, quietly warming the corners of your spirit. I have seen every moment of that struggle, the brave face you show others, the questions you never say out loud, the silent conversations you have with the ceiling late at night. Nothing about your longing is hidden from me. I know exactly how much courage it takes for you to still want something beautiful after everything that tried to convince you otherwise. So come closer for a moment. Let the noise of the world soften. Let your breathing slow. Because what I am about to tell you is not meant for the crowds. It is meant for you. There is a reason your heart refuses to give up. Your life is not a closed story. What you have been feeling is the stirring of a new chapter already moving toward you. You thought you were simply struggling with desire, but what you are actually sensing is alignment beginning to form. The invisible threads of your life are shifting. The things you believed were impossible are quietly rearranging themselves beyond what your eyes can see. Imagine for a moment standing at the edge of a quiet field just before sunrise. The sky is still deep blue, the air cool and still. Everything looks the same as it did yesterday. Yet beneath the surface, light is already traveling toward the horizon. It is inevitable. It is unstoppable. And when it arrives, the entire world will look different, even though the earth itself never moved. Your life is standing in that exact moment. You are closer to dawn than you realize. The pain you felt while trying to accept less, I saw it every sigh. Every moment your chest tightened when you wondered if you were foolish for wanting more. But listen carefully to this truth. The desires planted in your spirit were never random accidents. They were placed within you like seeds waiting for the right season. You were not created merely to endure life. You were created to experience it fully, to walk through doors you once believed were locked forever. And I know something else about you. Even when disappointment visited you, you did not become cruel. Even when life confused you, you did not lose your ability to care. Your heart bent, but it did not break beyond repair. That quiet resilience inside you is more powerful than you understand. Let me show you something. Close your eyes for a moment in your imagination and see a gentle golden light beginning to form above you. It is soft at first, almost like the glow of early morning sunlight slipping through a window. That light is not outside you. It is surrounding you. It moves slowly, peacefully, wrapping around your shoulders, your chest, your thoughts. The warmth is calm, steady, reassuring. Every worry you carried begins to loosen its grip as that light settles into the spaces where fear once lived. This is what my presence feels like when you allow yourself to receive it. You have been trying to carry everything alone, measuring every possibility through the lens of past disappointment. But what if the path ahead of you is not limited by what has already happened? What if the story unfolding now is guided by something far greater than coincidence? You are not forgotten, not overlooked, not left behind. There are moments when you wondered if your prayers simply dissolved into silence, but silence is not absence. Many times it is preparation. Seeds grow quietly beneath the soil long before anyone sees green leaves reaching toward the sky. In the same way, blessings often begin invisibly. Right now, while you are listening, shifts are already happening in places you cannot yet see. Conversations are forming, opportunities are traveling. Doors that once seemed sealed are loosening on their hinges. The longing inside you is not mocking you, it is guiding you. You thought your heart was torturing you with impossible dreams, but in truth it has been pointing you toward what already belongs in your life. And now I ask you to do something simple but powerful. Release the idea that hope is dangerous. Hope is not your enemy. Hope is the signal that your spirit recognizes something real approaching. There were seasons when you tried to shut down your desires completely, believing that numbness would protect you from pain. But numbness also blocks joy, and you were never meant to live with a muted soul. Feel this moment again. Picture yourself standing before enormous gates made of light. They are tall, radiant, shimmering softly like sunrise reflecting on water. For a long time you believed those gates were locked. You stood outside them wondering what kind of life existed on the other side. You almost walked away, telling yourself it was better not to expect anything. But look again now. The gates are slowly opening. Not because you forced them, not because you begged loudly enough, but because the time written for your life is unfolding. Beyond those gates is movement, color, possibility. The things your heart recognized long ago are no longer distant illusions. They are pathways waiting for your footsteps. Now rise, my child. Lift your thoughts out of the small room where fear kept them. You are not meant to stay there. Walk forward. Every step you take in faith reshapes the landscape around you. The world responds to the energy of belief more than you realize. When you expect darkness, you unknowingly close windows where light wanted to enter. But when you allow even a small flame of trust to glow again, the atmosphere of your life begins to change. There is a river of abundance flowing through this universe at all times. Many people stand beside it without realizing it exists. They believe life is only struggle, only scarcity, only limitation. But that river was never reserved for a chosen few. It flows for you as well. The wealth you seek is not only money, though resources will come. True abundance is a harmony of peace, opportunity, relationships, creativity, and provision. When that current begins to move through your life, you will notice something surprising. What once required exhausting effort begins to unfold with grace. You will still act, still grow, still learn. But the weight of constant resistance will fade, because you are not pushing the universe anymore. You are moving with it. Feel the warmth returning to your chest as you realize that your longing was never something you needed to eliminate. It was a compass pointing you toward alignment with the life designed for you. Let me show you another vision. Imagine gentle rain falling from a glowing sky, but these drops are not ordinary water. Each one sparkles like liquid gold. They fall slowly, quietly, touching the ground around you, touching your hands, your shoulders, your path ahead. Wherever those drops land, things begin to grow. Opportunities bloom like flowers. New ideas rise from the soil of your mind. Financial doors appear where blank walls used to stand. This is the energy of provision moving toward a receptive heart. Receive this blessing. Do not push it away with doubt the way you once did. Your past disappointments trained you to expect loss. But the future approaching you is not obligated to repeat the past. There are miracles that only require one thing to begin unfolding. Your willingness to believe again, and belief does not have to be loud. It does not have to be dramatic. Sometimes belief is simply the quiet decision to keep your heart open another day. You are stronger than the story you almost accepted. Stronger than the fears that tried to rewrite your identity. Inside you lives a spirit capable of rebuilding hope again and again. This is why you kept feeling that desire return no matter how many times you tried to bury it. It was not stubbornness. It was truth trying to surface. Take a slow breath and feel the shift happening inside you even now. The heaviness that once sat on your chest begins to soften. Your shoulders relax. Your mind clears like clouds moving away from a bright sky. You are remembering something ancient within your soul. You are remembering that you were never meant to live small. Let gratitude begin flowing through you even before you see every answer. Gratitude opens doors faster than frustration ever could. When you appreciate the small lights already in your life, you signal to the universe that your hands are open to receive more. Soon you will look back at this season and realize it was not the end of your hope. It was the moment your faith was quietly being rebuilt from the inside out. And when the blessings arrive, they will not feel random. They will feel familiar. like something your heart recognized long before your eyes saw it. Because in many ways, your spirit has already visited the future meant for you. Now allow these words to settle deep within you like seeds resting in rich soil. Let them grow, let them breathe. Let them become the new rhythm of your thoughts. I am ready to receive. I am open to divine abundance. My life is guided by light. Blessings are moving toward me now. Peace lives within my heart. Opportunities welcome me. I walk in faith and provision. Stay in that feeling for a moment longer. Notice the calm strength filling your chest. Notice how the fear that once felt overwhelming no longer has the same power over you. You are not alone on this path. Every step you take is seen. Every prayer you whisper is heard. Every hopeful thought sends ripples into the unseen places where your future is forming. The gates are opening. The light is already rising. And your story is far more beautiful than the ending you once feared. And even now, as these words reach you, there is movement happening in the unseen spaces around your life. Not loud, not dramatic, but steady, precise, like the quiet turning of the earth beneath your feet. You may not notice it with your physical eyes yet, but your spirit recognizes the shift. That subtle warmth you feel inside your chest is not imagination, it is alignment. It is the gentle nearness of grace moving closer than it has ever been before. You have carried so much in silence, thoughts you never spoke. Dreams you folded away because they felt too fragile to show the world, yet none of those moments were wasted. Every tear you wiped away, every time you stood up again after disappointment, every quiet prayer whispered into the dark. All of it formed a path that has led directly to this moment of awakening. There were nights when the future looked like an empty hallway with no doors. You wondered if you had already missed your chance. You wondered if others were somehow chosen for the life you desired, while you were left to simply watch from a distance. But listen carefully to the truth flowing through this moment. Nothing meant for your life can truly pass you by. What belongs to your soul knows how to find you, even when you feel lost, even when you stop searching, even when you try to convince yourself that you no longer care. Because the design of your life is not based on luck alone. It is guided by a wisdom far older than your doubts. Right now, the universe is arranging pieces in ways that your mind could never calculate. Small moments that seem ordinary are actually intersections where destiny quietly steps closer. A message at the right time. A person appearing unexpectedly. An idea arriving in your mind that feels brighter than the others. These are not accidents, these are invitations. You are being guided into a wider life, and I know something about you that you sometimes forget. Your heart has an unusual sensitivity to meaning. You notice the little things others overlook. A phrase that lingers in your mind. A coincidence that feels too precise to ignore. A feeling that tells you something important is about to happen even before it does. That awareness inside you is a gift. It allows you to recognize doors when they appear. So when the next opportunity arrives, do not shrink away from it the way fear once taught you to do. Do not immediately assume it will disappear. Instead, stand still for a moment and allow yourself to feel the possibility fully. Because the life you sensed deep within you is not a fantasy, it is a direction. Imagine now that you are standing beside a vast ocean just before sunset. The sky glows with colors that seem almost unreal. Deep gold, soft crimson, quiet violet spreading across the horizon. The surface of the water reflects that light like a mirror stretching into infinity. As the tide moves closer to your feet, you begin to realize something beautiful. The ocean does not rush in panic. It does not question whether it is allowed to reach the shore, it simply arrives again and again. In the same way, the blessings meant for your life do not require constant struggle to exist. They are drawn toward you through alignment, patience, and trust. The more you allow your heart to remain open, the easier it becomes for those tides to reach you. There was a time when you believed you had to force everything. Push harder, prove yourself endlessly, chase every door before it closed. But life is teaching you a deeper rhythm now. A rhythm where effort and faith move together instead of fighting each other. You are learning how to walk with the current instead of against it, and this is where transformation begins. Feel again that golden light surrounding you, brighter now than before. It expands slowly, filling the space around your thoughts like sunrise filling a quiet valley. The warmth touches every memory that once carried pain. Instead of erasing those memories, the light softens them. It transforms them into wisdom, into compassion, into strength. Nothing you experienced was meaningless. Even the moments that broke your heart helped shape the depth of love you are capable of giving and receiving. You may not realize it yet, But the very sensitivity you sometimes considered a burden is actually one of your greatest powers. It allows you to connect with people, opportunities, and ideas that others might never notice. This is why your story cannot remain small. There are paths ahead of you that require the exact perspective you carry. The world you are walking into needs the person you are becoming. And yes, abundance is part of that path as well. Not just spiritual abundance, but real provision, real stability, real resources flowing into your life in ways that feel almost surprising. Picture another moment with me. High above you, clouds slowly part, revealing a vast sky filled with shimmering light. From that opening pours a gentle cascade of glowing particles, like stardust mixed with sunlight. As they drift downward, they land across the road ahead of you. Each one becomes something tangible, an opportunity, a solution, a connection, a door opening exactly when you need it. This is how divine timing often works. Quiet, precise, beautiful. You may look back someday and laugh softly at how worried you once were, realizing that so many things were already moving in your favor while you feared nothing was happening at all. Your role right now is simpler than you think. Stay open. Stay willing. Stay aware of the small signals guiding your next step. Because the moment you stop believing the story is over, new chapters begin appearing almost immediately. And listen closely now, because your spirit is ready to hear this clearly. You are not chasing your destiny. Your destiny is also moving toward you. Step by step, moment by moment. The distance between you and the life you dream about is shrinking in ways your eyes cannot yet measure. So do not abandon your hope now. Not when the light is already touching the horizon. Not when the gates you once believed sealed forever are slowly opening. Not when the very desire inside your heart is proof that something real is calling you forward. Walk gently but confidently into the days ahead. Speak kindly to yourself when doubt tries to return. Remember that growth rarely announces itself loudly at the beginning. Often it begins as a quiet shift in perspective, a calm strength replacing old fear. And that calm strength is rising inside you right now. You can feel it. A steadiness you did not have before. A quiet belief that maybe, just maybe, something beautiful is truly on its way. Hold on to that feeling. Because the same presence speaking to your soul in this moment will continue guiding you long after this message fades into silence. You are seen. You are guided. You are being prepared for more than you imagined. And the light that has been patiently traveling toward your life for so long is finally beginning to arrive. And now the moment grows softer, quieter, like the final glow of evening light resting gently upon the world. Nothing is rushing. Nothing is forcing itself. Everything is settling into a peaceful certainty that something sacred has begun within you. You may not fully understand it yet, but something inside your spirit has shifted while you listened. A weight you carried for so long has loosened its grip. The questions that once echoed loudly in your mind are slowly fading into a calmer space where trust can finally breathe again. I have always been here, even in the moments when you believed you were walking through life alone. Every sigh you released into the night, every silent tear that fell when no one was watching, every fragile hope you tried to hide from disappointment. I saw it all with tenderness, never judgment. You thought your heart was too tired to dream again, but look at it now, it is still beating with quiet courage. There is something deeply beautiful about a soul that continues to hope after it has known pain. That kind of hope is not naive, it is powerful. It carries a light that darkness cannot fully extinguish. And that light inside you, it has been growing, very slowly, very patiently, like a sunrise preparing beyond the horizon long before the first color touches the sky. You have walked through confusion, through delays, through seasons where nothing seemed to move the way you prayed it would. Yet even those seasons were shaping you, strengthening parts of your spirit that will soon carry blessings you once believed were too heavy to hold. Because the life ahead of you is not small, it is wide. It is filled with moments that will make you pause in quiet gratitude, realizing that something far greater than coincidence has been guiding your steps. Imagine now that you are standing at the edge of a peaceful hill just before dawn. The air is calm. The world is still resting. Above you, the sky slowly begins to change from deep night into soft shades of silver and gold. At first, the light is barely noticeable, but then it spreads, gently touching the mountains, the trees, the path beneath your feet. This is the same way blessings arrive, not always suddenly, but surely. And when the light finally fills the sky, you realize it had been coming the entire time. Your life is entering that dawn. The longing that once felt painful is transforming into direction. The uncertainty that once surrounded you is making space for clarity. Even the parts of your story you wished you could erase are turning into wisdom that will guide you forward with compassion. Soon you will meet moments that feel strangely familiar, as if your heart somehow knew they were coming long before they arrived. Doors will open that once looked like walls. Conversations will lead to places you never expected. Ideas will appear in your mind like small sparks that slowly grow into bright paths. And one day you will sit quietly, perhaps during an ordinary afternoon, and suddenly realize something astonishing. The life you once begged the heavens for is the life you are now living, not perfectly, but beautifully. With growth, with meaning, with peace you once thought was impossible. This is why your hope refused to die. Because deep within your spirit you already sensed that your story was still unfolding. And now, the universe is breathing gently around you again, like a calm wind moving through open fields. You are no longer standing at the edge of something lost. You are standing at the entrance of something beginning. Feel the warmth around your heart one more time. That quiet, golden presence. That soft reassurance flowing through your thoughts. Let it remind you that you are supported in ways your eyes cannot always see. You do not need to control every step ahead. You only need to keep walking with trust. Even when the path curves. Even when the timing surprises you. Even when you cannot yet see the full landscape of what is coming. Because you are being guided with patience, with love, with wisdom far beyond fear. And before this moment gently closes, allow these words to settle deeply into your spirit like seeds of light resting in peaceful soil. I am open to the blessings meant for me. I welcome abundance with a grateful heart. My path is guided by divine light. Peace flows through my life. Miracles are quietly unfolding for me. I trust the journey that is leading me forward. I am loved, protected, and chosen for a beautiful life. Hold those truths softly within you, carry them into your days. And whenever doubt tries to return, remember this moment. Remember the calm voice that reached your heart and reminded you that your story is not defined by the fears you once believed. Your story is written in light, and the next chapter is already rising with the sun.